Hey everybody, tonight we're going to be talking about the GAO Studio Mahjong Tile Mechanical Slider. This one is in stainless steel, or I should say has stainless steel exterior body plates. The rest of them usually have polycarbonate plates, but there are a few now that have actual wood surfaces. We're going to talk a little bit about that, talk a bit about this, the pricing, whether I think it's worth it or not. It is an interesting piece. It's well made. It is definitely an improvement over the plastic version, which I have and we'll compare it with. And we'll do the usual, compare it with a few other ones so you get a size idea. And I'll give you my final thoughts. And we're also going to talk about the cashew version of the mechanical version of the cashew, which is very similar to this, because there's a metal version of that coming out as well. So I'll stop talking. We'll get to it right away. Please join me. All right, well, we're nice and warm. Let's just figure out a few things here and just talk about this in general, give you a good idea in case you didn't see the review on the original. What these are well, they're multi-purpose. There you see a detent plate, and if I take this apart, you'll see another detent plate. This is the spare plate, and it's hidden inside this top. And all I have to do is take this little polycarbonate cover off with the handy Swiss Army knife to get in that crack, and you can take this side apart easily and switch those plates out. Now there are probably 4 different texture plates available, but we've only seen 2 of them so far. There, I didn't put it on the right way. These are relatively simple. The great thing about them is that you don't need any tools to make adjustments to them. Everything is held together with magnets, so it's just a matter of gently pulling these apart, and now that they're apart, this part is free, and that's where the ball and spring are held in here. So when you do want to take it apart, you'll want to cover up this area right here with your thumb as you slide this plate out, because the spring's going to want to pop out this way, the spring and ball. So I'm going to cover that up, slide it out. Now the extra plate fell out. The extra plate stores in there, and underneath my thumb is the spring and ball, which can be placed in one of 3 different categories, different holes. Straight up vertical hole, and then 2 oblong holes. That's all you get. There are no extra parts. It was the same with this one, same with this one. The packaging for this one was different. The packaging on this one showed lots of different types of exterior materials. When stainless came out, I jumped on it because I was really happy with this plastic version. But the plastic version was only $25. And by simply adding stainless steel, they brought the price up 100% to 200% to $50. So I don't know. Is it worth it? To me, it was worth it. I wanted to know just how different these would be, how they'd feel, whether they were worth the difference in price. If I were going to buy one brand new, I would recommend you buy the stainless steel one. There are other options I'll talk about here in a minute, but the polycarbonate one, $25. Interesting, but a little sticky. And when you look at it in detail, when you take it apart and look at it, you can see that it's a bit warped in this direction. And I think that kind of causes a little bit of problems whenever it gets to this middle portion here. I don't seem to be experiencing that with this one so much. I think that these stainless steel plates are helping keep the plastic nice and straight, not giving it an opportunity to flex. That is something plastics want to do. This came out of a mold very, very hot, and as it cooled, of course, it contracted and expanded in different ways, and it changes shape. So with this steel backing, we have a bit more of a straight, uniform surface. So that is how that works. I like them both very much. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 clicks either direction. Again, 25, about 50. INS Works is where these came from. I do imagine that the parts are interchangeable, although I have not tried it just yet. I don't know why they wouldn't be. Let's take it from there. So before we go any further, let's real quickly discuss how to take this apart. I realize I showed you how to do that in the previous video on this one, but I don't want you to have to go back and find that. So I find the best tool is a trusty Swiss Army knife, or at least a nice, thin, clean, sharp blade, because your fingernails are practically useless. What you want to do, the only reason to take this apart is to access that second texture plate, which is trapped underneath here. So to take it apart, first of all, we'll just open it, pop it apart like that. Now this side we don't need to mess with at all. Actually we do. If we want to take out the plate that's existing in here and change it out, we'll do that quickly. But say you want to use this plate on the inside here, how do you get to that? Well, you just have to find this edge where the POM plastic meets the stainless steel, get a sharp edge in there, and then work your way around the outside. Eventually, he said, it will open up and reveal the inside. It's a shame they don't make this part a little bit easier. As a matter of fact, I'm starting to think that they've accidentally glued it or something, because that is not coming apart for me at all. That is somewhat disturbing, y'all. I'll be back. Well, okay, folks, that was a bit of a surprise. The level of stupidity here hasn't been met by any equal in this field up to this point, especially for something of this quality. This was glued to this. Absolutely not supposed to be glued. If it's glued, how are you supposed to access the extra plate on the inside? So what I ended up doing was very carefully, slowly working the sharp edge of my knife all the way around this until it came loose. And when it came loose, I could feel the glue coming apart. And sure enough, here you can see it. It'll probably flake off. There it is. Glue. Fucking glue. Well, at least it comes off easy. At least it comes off easy. That is one of the stupidest things I've witnessed yet. I've seen a few things glued together that shouldn't be glued together, but this tops the cake. So for 50 bucks, this is what you're getting. That's what you get. So these are all going to have to be cleaned off. This is the side. It doesn't look like it's going to be that difficult to clean off, but I can, and I will. Save that for another day before I get any more of it in my mouth. But the idea is you take out that insert there, which is in storage, and then take these apart, which are probably also glued. Let's find out. Actually, we don't need to find out. We don't need to take this part apart. We do not need to unglue or unseparate this side. This side comes apart. Remember, there's a spring and a ball. So we'll put that off to the side. Now we have access to the other plate, which we can then dump out and replace with a new plate. So we'll do that. We'll put the spring and ball back in. Something's wrong. Yep, it's working. Okay. And then I can take the one I'm not using anymore, put it into the storage side, put these, line these 6 little pegs up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with these holes. Of course, these holes, some of them have glue in them. None of them should. This is supposed to be a pressure fit. So I'm just going to put it back together lightly until I can go back in there and clean all that nasty glue out. Now, everything should go back together and work just like it did before. So if that's what you go for, I'm really surprised to see the glue in there big disappointment. Certainly drops the value of that from 50 to 0, or damn near 0. So let's change that frown, turn it upside down, and move on to the rest of this review. So if you watched the previous video about this, possibly about this, I brought this up for sure. This is the first version of this concept where they're not using any tools to take things apart, just magnets, which is very interesting. Now, this has all these extra plate options. Like I said, there's a surface texture plate on here, on this side that's being used, and another one underneath here that's hidden away that's ready for you to switch out when you want to do that. This one, of course, is the same. This came out first, however, and actually a much earlier version of the plastic cashew came out. I won't bother dragging that out right now, but this is the first mechanical, not the first mechanical. This is the second mechanical cashew. The first mechanical cashew, version 1 I like to call it, is this stainless steel, and it's I got it for $75 about, which is still what you can find it for. You can even find this in Zerk if you like. A little bit more, but still very, very well made. Just fantastic piece. This came out later. This was V2, I call it, and it is a 2-level mechanical slider. Pretty much same operation as this. However, this is their first attempt at using an assembly that does not require any tools. So all the magnets hold everything together, and then you have this part here that slides freely, and that holds the spring and the ball in there, and you can take it apart too. Now, to me, I had this first, and when this came out, they're both mechanical, which is important to me, but I really like this one, and I figured I have to see what this one's like. So I got my hands on this one, and that's a good thing. Now, the thing is, there's an option now for this coming out in metal like this. So imagine this. This is the situation here. This came out in plastic first, or so we'll say it's polycarbonate exterior with a POM interior. Then it came out with a stainless steel exterior and a POM interior. This came out with a polycarbonate exterior and a POM interior, just like that. And now there's a stainless steel exterior version of this. I'll show you a picture of it here. And I'm tempted, but just like this and this, the all plastic one was about 25 bucks, and this is 50. This is 25 bucks roughly. That's 50. I think I'm going to pass on that because I'm really happy with these two. I was really bought this because I like this one so much. I already have it in metal, a version in metal, and I was just so curious about how they handled the mechanism in here and how it all works, and I know that now, and I'm happy with that. So I really don't feel like I need to have this in metal. So I don't think we're going to be getting that one. In other news, this one is available in a couple other different patterns and materials. One set, the other set that are exactly like this but different colors are here. Those are all PC on the outside and POM on the inside. But initially they were only available in random colors, and now you can get them individually. You have to find the store. You can look back on my review video for that and find the store that sells them individually. Get the color that you prefer, or you have to buy them randomly. So that's those. Then they also came out with some of these in wood, and I'm just going to throw a couple across the top here to show you what those look like. First off, though, I think I'm going to show you what the wood one with 3 levels is, because it's this exact same mechanism, but it's in 3 layers, I should say. And we'll put those up here. I find that interesting but it is like 7. Keep in mind, this was 25. The metal version of this, the other one that I showed you, that's just a stainless steel skin, kind of like that, was 50. This thing is wood. It's got 3 levels, and it's 75. And I'm just not curious enough to buy that, to find out about it. I've satisfied my curiosity with this one, so I think I understand how the 3-level one works, and I think we'll be passing that one up. But I think that's it for that. Let's get back to the subject at hand. So what came in the box, you might ask? Well, not a heck of a lot. Here's the box it came in. It's different than the original plastic one that I have. It's a good solid plastic box, molded. This is the original plastic that it was sealed in. It says GAO Studio Original, and then it says whatever that says in Chinese. And we have a fake cute quality certified card. They stamp these out by the thousands. Doesn't mean anything. And then we have a COA card, it looks like, and maybe a couple of stickers there. So no extra parts. I would have given all of these luxury items this beautiful, beautiful triangular piece of cardboard, these stickers, this valuable plastic Ziploc bag. I would have given them all for just a few extra springs and balls. But you know, GAO, you know, they're making the right decision, I'm sure. At least they think they are. So yeah, interesting box, full of a lot of nothing. But I am happy with that. Let's get weights and measurements out of the way. So there are magnets inside of this, but I think if we put it on its side, it probably won't have that much of an effect. So we're zeroed out, 0 grams. Again, the magnets are located here and here, and that means there's some here and here. I will just stand it up on end like that, and we will go with whatever number it gives us. About 59 grams. Let's see if there's any difference. About 59 grams. Let's lay it down. About 60 grams. So closer the magnets get to the scale, the more they have an effect. This is good enough. So we're 59 grams. Stainless steel. That's all the weight that's coming from the outside here. For measurements, we have an overall height of 44 millimeters, a width of 28 millimeters, a thickness of 13 millimeters, and then when fully extended, we are at 62 millimeters. Let's see here. Give it a little bit of a close-up while we have not fully, totally unassembled it yet. Some graphic symbols on that side, and on the opposite side, I assume some symbols that are related to Mahjong, which is a tile game in China. And this is about the size of a Mahjong tile. Okie doke. Let's do comparisons. Okie dokie. Couple popular ones. The Mackie CP3 and the Top B from Metal Toys DZ. We'll do that one first. Mackie CP3. Oops. Now, two that were at least very similar in size. I don't know if many of you will have one of these, but this is the Piano by DOM EDC in stainless steel. It happens to be very much the same size. just a lot heavier. Another one that's almost exactly the same size is the goofily named Demon King, sorry. Had to look at that closely. But, okay, and then lastly, since I have them out here, again, here's the plastic version, which should be identical in just about every way. Then we have the mechanical cashew GAO Studio version 1 in stainless. And finally, mechanical cashew version 2. Much bigger. That's what really gives me hesitations about the 3-level version of this. I'm sure it's interesting and it'd be nice to have in the collection. It'd be $75 and it would be a lot thicker than this. Plus, I'm not too thrilled with the colors and materials that are available right now. I don't want to do anything randomly. I wouldn't want to buy any of these randomly. I was lucky I got this one, which I'm not too thrilled about. I've talked about it. It's got a sort of a random United States dollar and coin markings on it, but they're so abstract that unless you look really hard, it's hard to tell that that's what they are. So for 25 bucks, I was happy. Still happy to have it. Wished I'd gotten something a little bit better. My friend Kyle over there on his channel, Fidget Focused, he got a random one, and his was all black on the outside with a white dovetail piece. And it might have had the white, I can't remember if it said the white texture plates too, but it looked much more interesting than this, I'll tell you that. Of course, I could have got a pink one of these, and I just had my fingers crossed the whole time I was opening up that random box. Anything but pink, anything but pink, anything but pink. And I got that, so I'm happy. But yeah, I would get these other options if I didn't show them already. I don't think I did. I'm trying to plan this as I go, but some of the other versions I'll throw across the top here. They have different actual wood surfaces, as well as plastic surfaces. I didn't see any other metal options other than stainless, but I could see that coming. And all of the stainless steel one, of course, it was $50, and I believe that the real wood covered ones are also going to be around $50. So the only cheap ones you can find are the polycarbonate ones. And I just think, especially when it comes to this, and we come back to this situation where they've just taken it and put metal plates on the outside, same as they did with this, I hesitate. I don't know. I'm on the fence about that. It's 50 bucks, 50 bucks for basically the same thing that this does. But hey, I did it there, so who knows? Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you found it useful. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching. Bye.